Okay. Oh, I forgot to pop out my chat. Alright. Yeah, we're good. Hello. Welcome to the second Games I Love of the year. Today I'm keeping the Wii U rolling. Not all of these are going to be Wii U games. I just wanted to do all the Wii U games at once because I have to like unplug my Switch from my capture card. And then like plug my Wii U into it. So I'm doing like all of the Wii U games at once rather than like scattering them unnecessarily. But today we are doing, well, last year we did my favorite Zelda game, Wind Waker HD. And Wind Waker in and of itself is my favorite Zelda game, HD or otherwise. Twilight Princess HD is very high on my list. It is a wonderful game. It is exceedingly strong narratively. It's such a moody, edgy aesthetic, which like young me loved seeing a Zelda game like that. You know, this game was built because, you know, people had okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Ah. Horse. No horse. I'm sorry, this is normal mode. But yeah, this game is, from a narrative standpoint, very, very solid, I think. As far as Zelda stories go, my hands down favorite is Skyward Sword. I think Skyward Sword has the strongest story of any mainline Zelda. But I think Twilight Princess is honestly probably my second favorite, like, story. It's very well written and has like a lot of really good beats. And sometimes I think that is to the detriment of the game. Because from a gameplay perspective, there's a common criticism of Twilight Princess, and we're going to see that first and foremost in today's stream. I'm going to scoot a little further to the side here. Because this game takes a while to get going, and a lot of people found that to be just awful. That the game takes too long to get going, and you know, they start to lose interest before it even starts, and then once they do start, it doesn't pull them back in. But I quite like it. I think the music is amazing. I think Wind Waker has a better soundtrack overall, as far as I think it's what I prefer listening to. But so much of Twilight Princess is so like beautifully done music wise. But yeah, I think Twilight Princess, it really depends on what you want out of a Zelda game. I don't mind that it's not like you just pick it up and play it, you know? Yeah, and that's another thing. Is a lot of people don't like how the wolf plays, which I can understand that too. I never minded it too much, but it does feel like you get the most out of you hold B, and then Midna's little bubble catches on some enemies, and then you go, and then they all die, and you're like, oh wow, I did it. And the normal wolf combat doesn't feel very good. Which is a bit of a shame, because I think this game's swordplay feels amazing. The fact that you can just like run around and be like, huh, huh, blah, 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 without like having to like stop to swing, like you can just be swinging and running. It's a very satisfying feel, especially I played first on the GameCube, but then I played on the Wii later. I think I beat it on GameCube, but I wanted to get it for myself, and so I ended up getting a copy on the Wii. Just because I wanted to try that version, because I'd played the GameCube, and you know it's not like it's that different. But the motion controls of like swinging your sword with the Wii remote while running around, actually it felt really good. I think in some ways it felt better than Skyward Sword, because it's so like, oh, you're just, you know, every time you swing you stop. Yeah, the Wii version does reverse the world. It kind of does like what Master Quest does, where the whole world is mirrored, except it doesn't make it more difficult. They just did that so that Link would be right-handed. I gotta bring horse with me. Oh, where could horse be? I think they go this way. Oh, I forgot about that. The sound of rolling in this game, I don't know why, that little like clip at the end where it almost sounds like you're wearing like a flip-flop. It's so good. I think I just go through here, because I'm pretty sure the gate is shut and she won't let me in, so I have to sneak in. Yeah, the Wii U did not really convert a lot of people on this game, which I will say, there's one thing I don't understand that this game, this specifically the Wii U version, has that is so much worse than the Wii or the GameCube. And that is, for some reason, it is so weird steering Epona. I don't know who messed that up. I washed horse for you. Thank you. But for some reason, like, trying to steer Epona in this game on Wii U feels awful. Like, it's like way too sensitive. Okay, she actually, oh, I guess the gate was open, or maybe it's open now. Alright. Yeah, like, I don't know, it's like the horse steering does not feel great. So like a strategy that my brother showed me with this game is steer with the camera, not with the movement stick. And you'll steer much better. Oh, really? I don't think I'd noticed that. Interesting. Yeah, it's it has its flaws. I think, funnily enough, because, you know, there's rumors that there's going to be another like remastered or remade game on the Switch 2 pretty early on. One I would love to see is actually Twilight Princess, because I think, well, this remaster makes the textures look a lot nicer. I would prefer it to be this one, because I think this one could stand to use a remake or a remaster that touches up the models far more than the others, because the art style is a little more realistic. I think Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask could also maybe be good options, but I think Twilight Princess would be great. I think that's my personal preference. Not because it's, you know, my favorite or anything. My favorite is Wind Waker, but I think Wind Waker looks good enough already on both the GameCube and the Wii U. And as much as I would love to have people play it on a console that's like in a lot more people's hands, like I hope that, you know, the Switch 2 will be. I don't know. I think this one would stand to gain the most out of being put onto stronger hardware. All right, let's see if I can successfully herd. All right. Let's try to sweep around, see if I can get... All right. I did pretty quick. Yeah, a lot of people were hoping they would. I honestly, you know, as much as I do love Zelda, I think what I'm more surprised by is, you know, they did the Metroid Prime remaster. There's evidence that they remastered 2 and 3, and they just haven't released those yet. Also, this game with HD rumble would be very nice, like to feel the galloping, because this control does not feel as satisfying as to be able to like feel the nuance. Yeah, I mean, they did a lot of games on the Switch towards the end that they held for a while. So there's just a chance that, like, they're not going to release those immediately, or they'll be, like, sort of, like, end lifespan things, like, maybe, like, a little while before the release. Got lost in the basement. I didn't even realize this was down here. What is this? Why is there this dark basement that I literally can't see in? Okay, maybe if I get the lantern later, I can go down here. I feel like I've never been down there. I was just like, oh, I can go further down. Maybe that's the exit. No. All right. So I don't think they're going to do a full remake or anything. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong button. Just want to see the options. Yeah, I'm a weirdo like this. I was like, it felt like it wasn't inverted. So like, I'd heard the Breath of the Wild thing. I think that, from my understanding, is that was more of a tech demo to show the power of the Switch 2, and that it wasn't even like a remaster necessarily. Like, do they just want the slingshot? I think they just want to see the slingshot. I'm just gonna put it down. Or maybe we should talk to the little boy. I'm gonna talk to the little boy. But like, I don't know. I could see them releasing a Breath of the Wild remaster or something. I think more realistically, they would just say, hey, if you have Breath of the Wild, the Switch 2 will play it in like HD off rip or something like that, or like for like $10 you can play it in, or I guess not HD but like 4K. Howdy. Let's climb the vines. Ooh. I'm gonna go get the rupee. Yeah, honestly, I think, like, I think that's the other thing is, like, Tears of the Kingdom being, like, such a recent release, you know, that's just Breath of the Wild, but, you know, following up on it. I feel like they're just going to, like, I don't know. I feel like it's just gonna be a case where they don't need to release like a full like paid remaster or anything, you know? Okay, who does this go to? I think it's her. Yeah. Oh, I've got to follow her. All right, we're honestly, I'm making good time on this. I feel like the one thing I could maybe see, and this is something that was kind of alluded to in the recent like patents that came out. There's like the possibility of like augmented reality being a part of the like Switch 2. I could also see them having a little more of like a too bad. Screw you. I'm gonna take all these pumpkins. I'm gonna take their money. Oh, I had no money. Alright, I need to... Yeah, I can't flick these around all fun like. I'll put this on R. Okay, so the cat wants a fish. I think there's a spot I can catch a fish. Over here. And that, yeah, and that's where the cat is. So the cat will want the fish. Yeah. The cat's gonna steal my fish if I remember correctly. I forget how this game's fishing works. I was just like, oh, it go down. Oh. How does it work? I don't remember how this game... Does it... Do I just have to wait for them to, like, really snag it? Okay, there we go. Alright, I just had to go further down. Alright. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I felt like I was doing it right, and then it just was like yoinking it out. That's okay. Alright. I'm speedrunning this, though. Okay, so now I can go to the store. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't fully remember, like, the ways that this game made it more efficient, but that is interesting. Oh, I got milk in a bottle. Okay, I need 30 rupees. And then I can get the slingshot. Yeah, I don't know. I could see them maybe like doing like augmented reality in like a Breath of the Wild 4K, where you can see the maps in 3D on like a table in front of you. But I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't do all that. I feel like they wouldn't do all that. I think it's far more likely that they would release older Zelda games again, especially considering that the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible. Like, you know, people are just going to play their existing Switch games. You know, re-releasing one that's on the Switch already, there's just like no one's gonna like that. I could see Nintendo making that that call, but I feel like they would know no one's gonna like that. So like. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and I mean, they already have a VR mode in Breath of the Wild. The biggest thing is I could see the augmented reality being a replacement for Labo VR in Switch 1 games that, like, have that. Because, like, I'd imagine, like, if it's a separate headset or it's, like, a thing that you slide your, like, Switch 2 into, like, whatever it ends up being, it would, like, fill that niche. Is there another blue rupee up there now that I've been inside? No. Okay. It was worth checking. There's a green one up here. I think I need this slingshot to take that one down. I don't think I can just bonk it. Ow. Yeah, they're not happy with me. Leave me alone. Why are you so mean to me? Get out of here. Get out of here. There's one more. Bro, leave me be. Everyone else left, bro. There we go. That one did not want to leave. Bro was determined to sting me at least one more time. So I have played a little bit of Breath of the Wild in VR. It's fine. I could see like people getting motion sick with it, just especially with it being VR. In general, having that issue. I played it in short bursts. I never experienced that, but I also don't get motion sick. But I'm an emetophobe who like is constantly paranoid that I will develop motion sickness. So I played it in short bursts to be safe. But if I remember correctly, like, riding on a horse was a little weird at first, but like I kind of got used to it, you know? But I think the biggest thing was the resolution and frame rate. In VR mode, Breath of the Wild runs at like 20 FPS. And the resolution is super low. Because Breath of the Wild on the like on the Switch already runs a little shakily, to say the least, and runs on handheld mode. I think the max is 600p, so like not even the full 720p of the screen. I got some seeds. So it runs at a choppier frame rate and at, you know, the screen at like 600p, but then there's two little circles that big on screen. So you're really getting like 240p almost. It's really low res. Does not look great. It was playable. And it was neat. It was neat to play Breath of the Wild like that. But like it's not ideal. I think it would be really cool if the like Switch 2 has the ability to play games just natively at a higher resolution from the Switch 1. That would be so great. Like if I could play Breath of the Wild in VR, and maybe they add like Tears of the Kingdom has a VR mode now. Like if I could do that, I would 100% replay those games in VR at like 60 FPS. You know, like that would be a novel experience for me that I would be like, yeah, I want to replay them for that. So like I would be down with that. Also, another neat thing, the Switch 2 supposedly, according to the like patents that released, the controller is going to be 8-axis, which is like standard for VR and AR functionality. So like they might lean into it a bit. Oh, I feel like them announcing, hey, you can play a lot of the games that were playable in VR in the past, in better VR. I think a lot of people would be like, okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, where am I going? Okay, so I gotta go down here now. And I could also see them going like, oh, you can play Metroid Prime 4 in VR, which that would be crazy. Like that would be like one of the most exciting possibilities. Hands down. I'd love to try that. Or if they were like, oh, you know, the Metroid Prime remaster we did, that also can run in VR. Like, sold. I'll play it again. I love that game. I played it once. I'll play it again in VR. That sounds awesome. Or they could do it in augmented reality and kind of do like a 3DS style solution where you have like the full screen, but the screen it has depth. I could see them doing that. Oh, I never even considered that. If they did augmented reality, you could just have a screen positioned wherever, but that displays as if it's 3D, or it could even overlay over your TV. I could see Nintendo doing something wacky like that if the augmented reality plans end up being legitimate. Alright, is he over here? Yeah. Man, where's your husband at? Is he in the house? Yeah, especially if, like, say they do, like, an Kid Icarus Uprising remaster. He touch. If they did like a Kid Icarus Uprising remaster, if you could play that in 3D, but HD, you know, or but like, you know, as if it's in 4K, like hypothetically, if you were able to get like close, you'd see like an emulated 4K display or something, or, you know, maybe not 4K if they're doing it that way, but like 1080p or something like that. I'd be fine with that. That would be so cool. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna drink my milk because I'm tired of the heart noise. I don't have a sword yet. Where did his dad go? So I guess I can... Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Hey man, take the bees. Nope, they don't want you. Oh, now I lose them fast. I don't know where Colin's dad went. Oh, I could scoop it. Sorry, I had to position myself very carefully. Oh, okay, you can use it as bait. That's right. Oh, I could heal the quarter heart. Wow. Where does his dad go? Could have sworn he was going into town. That's what I get for not reading on, on this playthrough. Man, I was making such good time. Do you know where his dad went? Oh, okay, no, I just had to go this way. Boom. Get caught. I know, I'm making pretty good time. Even while getting lost here and there. Come on up. Okay, well that was all he had to say. Let's go talk to Colin. Maybe I should talk to Colin. I'm just trying to get past the start of the game. Because that can go long. Kids, where did he go? Did he go this way? I thought he came from this way. I'll look for him. Okay, that gate's still locked. He's not over here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's not over here. He's got to be somewhere in town. Oh, back to town. I know, I love how much sumo this game's Link does. Ma'am, what's your husband doing? I don't care about your son, I care about your husband. Where is he? Oh, what's up here? There's something up here, so I'll go find this. Maybe I can, from here, figure out where he's at. Ooh, ooh. Oh, yep. Fighting with the camera a little bit here. Ah. Expensive rupee. Oh, man. We haven't had yellow rupees in a while. Alright. Where is her husband? How do I... There's gotta be... Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, how do I go first person? I guess I could explore... Now. Surprised it didn't hurt. I just... I just jumped off a large tree, landed in an uncomfortable squat, but I'm fine. Anyone in this house? No. I'd like to open it. Thank you. We're exploring. Maybe I have to go up to the ranch after I save the one. Ma'am, have you seen... Yeah. Ooh. Wooden shield. Man, everyone's husbands are doing things. I guess I'm gonna go... Well, I did have to stop the ram. Maybe because I had to stop the ram, if I go up here, something happens. It's like, oh, you're supposed to go up and check on it. And I just walked away. He does do that. But I think it's up to a certain distance in this game. Which I think it also is in Ocarina of Time, but... Hey, no, everything's fine around here. Okay, well... See you then. Maybe if I go in this house? No, I've been most places. Oh, no, okay, can't. Cool. Cool. Oh, I'm running out of places to go. Where is that man? Okay, there's money back there. I just don't know how to get back there. How do I get that money? Ma'am, there's money behind your house and I can't get it. Maybe if I lay in his bed, he'll show up and be like, well, howdy, neighbor, what you doing in my bed? Never mind, this house contains seemingly no beds. Where do y'all sleep? There's 2 chairs and a wooden couch. Does someone sleep there and then, like... I don't know, maybe I guess they could sleep on the floor, I guess. It seems like a very uncomfortable life. It's just, there's no beds here. Ma'am. How... Is your back okay? I'm confused. Ooh, wait, maybe... I mean, I don't think I'm supposed to sneak into the mayor's house, but maybe I can. Maybe I can visit his daughter up here. And she'll tell me, nope, that's... I guess that makes sense that is not her room. And that is, in fact, more roof. Alright. Alright, where am I going? Okay, well, I guess I haven't talked to absolutely ever. I haven't talked to this guy since I did the thing. Oh, wait, he put it in my house. I think he put it in my house. That's... I went everywhere. Meanwhile, I guess they are all staring at my house. Like, expectantly. I thought there was a chest in my house at one point. I swear, if I've been running everywhere for the past, like, 10 minutes trying to figure out what I'm doing, the answer was, yep, in my house. The wooden sword. Now I can bonk pumpkins. That's all I ever needed. How am I 40 minutes in? I feel like I've just been playing for like 20. Was I lost? Look at that. This? Great. I love this. Oh, I should show the kids. Because I gotta learn, they gotta teach me how to fight. I keep running past the kids and I'm like, wait, nope. Nope. Hey kiddos. You wanna watch me hit this thing? The wooden sword? Like, they're teach us how. I'm like, I just got this. And honestly, I just kind of go, eh. Yeah. Alright, we'll do a stab. Oh. Oh. I did the fast one. Oh, I already did one, but just for you. It's fine. You know, he's just a teenager. Why are you giving a teenager a real sword? You don't need that. Girl monkey. All the silly music's playing. That's how you know it's monkey business. Boop, doop, doop, doop. Yep, they went further. Oh, what? The gate's open. Hi, Mallow. You don't want to go across the gate? Yeah, I think he's like 17. Look, I know he's less than 18 in this game, but he is not like 12, you know? Huh. I need horse. Horse, where are you? It's my favorite way to mount in this game. Just like... I just pummeled that thing. Oh, I'm sorry, horse. I didn't mean to hit you with my wooden sword. Another wooden sword, but smaller. It's such a satisfying mechanic. Wait, did I pass the area where I could get lantern oil? Because there's... Oh, yeah, I did. I'm just plowing forward, and I was like, I think I need a lantern. Methinks I need a lantern. That might be a nice thing. Hey, hey! Get dead. Where's the guy? There is a turn I didn't take. Maybe it's that. I was like, because there's the guy who sells you lantern oil and stuff in this area. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Don't mind me just missing this guy like several times. No hearts. I'm not even playing in hero mode. Hello, sir. Thank you. All right. Nope. Fair enough. Yeah, you too. Alright. Oh, my entrance still lit. It's fine. Alright. Like that. Like that. Whoa. Ah. No, thank you. Like that. I'm very good at everything in this game. There we go. 10 rupees. Oh, finally a heart. Whee! Down I go. poked. I really like this game's combat, though. I think it's really fun. It is a little over complex at times. Like, I think all of the different like sword skills you can get gets to be a little much. I think I like Wind Waker's more simplified version, just in terms of like a Zelda game. But I think it's really cool how much you can do in this game. Whee! What's in this chest? Ooh. I forgot this game had a 5-piece of heart system. I always forget that about this one. Like, it's like every other game it's 4. And then Twilight Princess, they're like, 5. It's fine. You don't need anything other than 5. 4? We'd never do that. Oops. Whee! Oh, you flew into the thing. Okay. Just pummeling these things with a stick. Oi. Do. Hey, bird. Cookie. Oh, gotta pay him. I'm paying you. Is that how much it is? Oh, it's 20. He stopped fighting me after I gave him half the price, but I'd feel bad if I took it and didn't pay like the actual price that he says to pay. Doop, doop. Doop. Nope. There we go. Honestly, I feel like the thing that's weird about the Wii U controllers, I think the dead zones are really like small, and I think that's part of it. Is it's just really sensitive. Which the Switch ones are more sensitive than like the N64 ones, which is why it's best to play the N64 emulated games using the N64 controllers. I mean, surprise, surprise, but it especially helps like in like things like Banjo-Kazooie or Mario 64. Bonk. I saved you. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like an hour in, and this is, again, not a knock to the game. I think this is fine. I think this game's opening being slow is fine, but this far into, like, Ocarina of Time, and I'm, like, mostly done with the first dungeon, if not done. Like, you can be the first dungeon in, like, an hour. You'd be, like, the first two in, like, an hour and a half. It's crazy. And, like, just as someone familiar with the game, not as, like, someone who's played it like a million times and is like a speedrunner. I think it's fine. I think it's actually good. Alright, gotta go get herding. Let's get started. Oh, no, you don't. Someone does not want to go down. Bro. Why are you running towards me? Get. Go on now. There we go. Bro did not want to get in the friggin' barn. Alright. Whee! Whee! I am done herding. It's true. Oh, this is the time I'm not allowed to go into the normal area. That's right. She gets mad because... Yeah, okay. So this is when she locks the gate, and I have to, like, crawl through the tunnel that I crawled through already, because I just remembered that. Without a horse, you can't deliver a gift. I don't think there's going to be a collection. There's a chance that they do one, but I don't think they would. And honestly, I would prefer that they don't, because, and you might think I'm a little crazy for saying that, but I think, one, you can already play the N64 games in Nintendo Switch Online. I think Majora's Mask is there now, but I know like Ocarina of Time's there. I think both are. What I think they should do is I think they should have GameCube release as as one of the emulated platforms on NSO. I think they should release GameCube and Wii. I think that in doing so, they should move N64 to the standard bundle, while GameCube and Wii would maybe be on like the higher bundle. Re-release GameCube controllers that can connect to the Switch 2 and maybe even Switch 1, if they wanted to. They could. Yeah, borrow it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's like they've got those two there already. The GameCube ones, they could literally release like GameCube NSO. They could also release like a better remaster or a remake of any of the existing 3D Zelda games, and it would do big numbers. And I wouldn't even be mad because I think all of them would look beautiful on like a 4K system with like better graphics capabilities. Like even this remaster here, it doesn't run super well. Like there's some spots where there's frame drops. A better looking remaster without frame drops would be huge, in my opinion. That would completely overshadow the possibility of the collection. Like I would prefer something that looks better, that maybe has some small tweaks, that also like is on Switch too. You still mad? I could see them doing a remaster of the 3DS versions. Which, like, to be fair, those versions look great. I would personally prefer, if we're going that far of a jump, for them to do, like, a full remake. Or at least a remaster to the extent of, like, Metroid Prime Remastered, which I barely count as a remaster. That game is gorgeous. It does not look like they did, like, here's some new textures on the existing hardware, Bonk. But at the same time, the 3DS games look gorgeous. They did an amazing job. Like Grezzo, masterful remasters. I think it would be very nice though to see them like remade and made all pretty. Goodbye, Mean King. Yeah, that's true. They did. I think one thing, there's one note, one spot I wish they had done better. Maybe honestly two. One of them is extremely minute. One of them is actually like a criticism I have. So thing one, I'm gonna start with a small one. There's a mirror in the game that you're supposed to be able to look at, and when you look in this mirror, like you're supposed to see Samus reflected. They didn't do that at all. Even using the strategy they used on the GameCube, which was like a little PNG of her. Like it wasn't even a PNG. It was probably like a GIF file. Like it was a little crusty. Maybe like a BMP. Would appear and like kind of roughly match what you were doing. If you were looking at it. That mirror should have still mirrored. I think that would have been nice. But the biggest one is none of the beams emit light when they're like traveling. Like I think they do flash when you shoot, but the bolt, or I guess the blast itself doesn't emit light. So like in dark spaces you can't illuminate it using your beams. I think that's a little silly. I think it's way cooler when you use your beams, and you can like light up the space. And yeah, the Wii version did kind of tone some of that down. So I wish Metroid Prime Remastered enhanced that. That said, it's a gorgeous game anyways. Like it does not look like it runs on a Switch. I don't know how they made it. Like that end of sentence. It is too good. I know, it's such a cool mechanic that you could do that. I would love one if Switch games that are backwards compatible on Switch 2 got like slight settings upgrades. I would love for that game to get emitted light from your cannon. I love how he's like, I do not trust you. I do not trust you. You are a tiny monster. You're a meanie. He is so mad. Bro despises her. But yeah, if they were to like have like sort of like free upgrades, I would love for that to be one of them. But yeah, I want a remaster to that extent for a Zelda game on the Switch. That's on the Switch too. Like that's what I want to see. If they're gonna remaster one, they're gonna need to pull out all the stops, make a gorgeous version. That's what I want to see. Oh, that's right. There's a spot I can dig. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like for games that were on the Switch 1, I would like them to do something like that, or just have like update in a check that determines if you're on Switch 1 or Switch 2 firmware or hardware, and then tweak the in-game settings. That would be nice. Like, you know, I think of like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, that they run poorly on Switch. They have bad draw distances. They cull things out like crazy, and it impedes the shadows. The Pokemon lose their level of detail super fast. I would like to see that not handled that way. Right. You know, I'd like to see the games just run better in general. Like, I'd like to see like Tears of the Kingdom have no frame drops, just because you're playing on Switch 2, even without like an update. But I would like them to also have like the either an option to download an update, or to just have have the games that are backwards compatible. Just like run nicer, look better. I don't know, just something. Give me a little something that makes me want to replay the games before they have like a ton of games on Switch 2. Like, give me a reason to like want to replay the games that I have from Switch 1. I don't know if they'll do that, but I would like it. It would make me happy. Whee! No, that's also a gate that is closed. Dude. Oh, the character artist. I didn't... which one's the character artist? Because I know the guy who did the design of Shadow Lugia and made its model also modeled... is James Turner, who also modeled the Reshiram and Zekrom models for Pokemon Black and White and the Kyurem models for Pokemon Black and White 2. James also was like the art director of like Gen 8. And like has designed several Pokemon, but I didn't know the character designer also did one. That's very cool. Whee! This looks like the way to go. Boink. Nope. I've never looked at those little guys up close. You're a funky looking dude. Oh, okay, so that's where I came from. Okay. Is there like a spot I can dig here? Oh, there's a tunnel. Enter. Whoa. I don't know what the camera was doing. What you doing? Hi, Medna. Oh my god, that's awesome. Look, don't sass me. The game did this to me. I had no choice. I always thought these platforming sections were more interesting than like the pretty common at the time that this game came out, just like quick time event sections in games. QuickTime event era was not ideal. This, it kind of gives you the vibe of a QuickTime event, but you're only really pushing like one button. I'm spinning, I'm a tornado. Alright. Cool. Whee! I always love the like way they do like the like Twilight magic in this, where it's like the little like black squares with the like neon like accents. It's such a cool aesthetic. It's like, it's something that like, it feels so alien in a game that looks like this, you know? Like, it almost feels like pixely, you know? And but like the game itself does not have that aesthetic. It feels very like realistic, high fantasy. But then you just have these like weird like pixel things that float around, and you know, these like neon streaks on stuff. It's genuinely like one of the coolest looking like magic systems in a game. Like, they did such a good job making these like monsters look so like weird and like not like, they look out of place. Like, they don't look like they're from this world, which is kind of a hard vibe to sell in high fantasy. I feel like it's way easier to make something that feels like it is from that world. Oh, you're stuck. You're stuck. You can't get me. Alright. Wee, wee. Woohoo. Goodbye. Can't catch me. Whee. What's up, Zelda? Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the things that I wish, or I think would have been really cool. And I think it's probably part of the reason, like, that they'd considered going in like the alien direction when they were working on Breath of the Wild, because like, you know, you have this world that's generally like medieval in vibe, with some fantasy tech, but like the fantasy tech that they would have originally been going for was like, you know, like the Goron cannons and stuff like that, and like those sorts of wacky things, like the stuff that's out everywhere, not the Sheik attack. And then the rest would have been aliens, which would have been a really cool vibe. I think the Sheik attack does do a good job of feeling out of the ordinary in Breath of the Wild. Like, it feels like it's a unique thing, and then similarly, like the Zonai tech in Tears of the Kingdom feels very like otherworldly, but at the same time, I feel like because it's so naturalistic, you know, like it's built out of these like organic wispy structures and stuff. At least the like Zonai tech especially. That it just kind of feels right. But there's something about the magic here that just feels wrong. And I think it's really cool. Like, I think Tears of the Kingdom does not get enough credit for actually having an art style, because people often look at it and go, it's the realistic Zelda, and it's like, it is, one, still anime aesthetic, like the, you know, characters' designs are very anime, but with this like gritty, over detailed aesthetic and this really clever use of like actual art design, especially on like the Twilight monsters and whatnot. Yeah, that is another thing I'm excited for from like the Switch 2 is the fact that we're inevitably gonna get like a new Zelda game at some point on it, probably. And when we do, it's probably gonna be a completely new aesthetic. You know? That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. Um, It's like I love like the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom aesthetics. I think they look great. The I think the cell shading looks really good. I think the characters look great. I'm not as huge on the art style for the world and like how the world itself is rendered, but I think that the characters look amazing. Um but I think I'm really excited for the possibility of them moving in a new direction artistically, because like that's a thing that Zelda has always done. And I feel like the Switch generation of Zelda has been a little static on that end. You know, you've had, you know, your Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom art style, and then Grezzo had the Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom art style, which is great. Don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous. Both of these game art styles are really good, but I don't know. I feel like, you know, I'm ready to see a new direction. You know, see them go in like a completely different direction than they've gone recently. Like, oh, you're like Wind Waker was such a departure from Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Twilight Princess is such a departure from Wind Waker. Skyward Sword is such a departure from Twilight Princess. You know, it's a little similar, but like it goes for like a cel shaded aesthetic with this like almost impressionist way that it renders the distance. It's beautiful. And then you know, we get Breath of the Wild, which again gorgeous. Like every 3D Zelda has had a really good style. I think the original Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, their styles have aged. But then you play the 3D versions and the art styles beautiful there. B. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see what new directions they can go, because Zelda is one of those series where they always change it up. You know, I would love to see them change it up. Just go in like some crazy new direction that we've never seen. Be awesome. That's right. Still a dog. Oh, I know. Like it feels like once you play those dungeons enough, like you can just plow through them. Like I've done like several like Ocarina of Time streams scattered over the past like year and a half, where I just do like a dungeon in a stream and it's like an hour and a half. Like this length stream and I'm done with a dungeon. Like, which is crazy because the dungeons feel so good. Like it doesn't feel like they're that short. But like if you know them, they are that short and you just plow through them. All right. So I need to go down into town. Whee. That's fair. Whee. Wait. I got this squirrel like advises me on, hey, animals can talk to each other, but doesn't know that I was a human. So it's like, why are you having to tell me we can talk to each other? Wouldn't you just assume we can because we're both animal? Alright. So I think the shield... How do I... Hello. Oh, true. I could be sniffing. That's right, and that's how I get into the house, I think. There's a spot I can dig. Yep. There it is. There it is. True. I actually have a copy in the family. Well, I don't know if we still have it, but my sister had the original GameCube Wind Waker, and we had the copy that came with the like Legend of Zelda like collector's pack. That so we had on our GameCube, we had Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, we had a demo version of Wind Waker, which we had the full version, but also had like Zelda 2, A Link to the Past. Yeah, I think it had all the console Zeldas. I don't think it had any of the handheld ones, but it had all the console Zeldas that had been released up to that time, and then like a demo version of Wind Waker. That was my first experience with Majora's Mask. Why did I come in here? Maybe I have to come in later. And maybe I think it is the shield first. I don't know if we still have it, honestly. I hope my sister still has it, because that is a rare item these days. Oh wait, do I go in this rock? No. I know I'm looking for a sword and a shield. I know where the shield is. There's people there. Maybe I have to disturb the people. Oh, okay. They talk about the shield. Uh-huh. Okay, so now I can use her to zip over. We also had... I can't remember what... I think this came with Double Dash. It came with like a demo disc that had a trailer for like Pokemon Coliseum, a trailer for Double Dash, some like demos for a couple games. I don't know if we still have that one. I feel like my sister would also be the one who had that. Ow. Oh, okay, so now I come here. Nope. I missed. I would like to go back. Okay, close enough. Wee, wee. Sup, bro? Wee, wee. I don't know if we still have that one, honestly. And well, I don't know how to back it up personally. I know people who probably would be able to figure that out. Oh. It is shielding time. And then now I just need to acquire sword. Okay, well, actually, how do I get out? I have to get out first. Out is probably up. Oh, there's a window. I was trying to get back to like the loft entrance that I came in. Okay. So now the sword is out and about. But I have to wait for him to pass. Oh, you know what? I could probably use the river. Or it's kind of a stream. Not really. But I could kind of go over here. A little out of the way. Wait for him to pass, and then, like, slip up and around. Don't mind me, sir. I'm just sneaking on by. Yeah, I have a friend who's either, I don't know if he has one, but he can do it. I've never been particularly good with those types of things, but pick it up. Ooh, I feel like that was Majora's Mask. At least of the 3D games. A lot of the 2D games had something to that effect. Like I know Minish Cap did. Granted, that was after Majora's Mask. I think... Bro did not see me. I think that was a thing. Maybe in A Link to the Past? Where there were like shortcuts you could unlock as you progress through a dungeon. Whee! Whee! Come to my spring! It's time to meet Ordona. It approaches! God, it's such a cool aesthetic. Goodbye, Shadow Being. God, these guys are so weird looking. These like light spirits. Bloop. Oh, the like reverse droplet and then the orb of light emerges. The goat of the forest with the really weird big mouth. And talons. This game, the design of all of the like monsters, character, I guess like the deities, like the little like minor gods, like spirits of the different springs. It's so good. I know they attacked Pharaon. There's me. I am the one to save the world. Alright. Return to ball form, little goat man of the spring. Alright. The spring is Goatland. But across the bridge, we enter squirrel territory. Or, I guess, he's kind of like a lemur, monkey squirrel guy. He's not just a squirrel. We love that. Yes, let's go inside. Pull me into the darkness. Pharaon Woods, it's all spoopy now. Of the face shielding. It's a smart strat. Alright. There's... Oh. There she has more to say. This is actually one of the areas I do remember they made it more efficient. There's less bugs to juice, if I remember correctly, per area. Oh. Hello. The first time we have a group. Yeah. Yeah, I know that it's not present in the like future ones. Cuz like they shorten it to make it something you can just I know. You're gonna teach me how to do the dashy thing? Where it's just an instant kill to each one? No. Okay, now she does it. Whee. Come on. It's just so overpowered. Goodbye, little man. health. And this way to the spirit. Little spirit, you seem so alone. Alright, now I can go start collecting. Joop. Alright. Let's get moving. Bloop. And bloop. I'm also probably just going to restore this spirit, and then kind of call that a stream. Because I don't take these ones super long. Okay, where are you at? Where are you at? There we go. Alright. There's one over this way. Oh. Alright. Where is the one that's here? Oh, is it just buried? See if I can hear. No, it's just money. Here? Nah, it's also just money. No, it's life. That's not... Where's the bug? I feel like he's buried. Well, I guess he is like supposed to be like in the house or something though. How do I get to that bug? Oh, okay, here's the path. Whee! Bloop! There they are. Alright, goodbye, sir. Thank you for your delicious bug juice. Whee! Okay, and so now... Yeah, I double back this way. I don't know if there's any in here. I think you have to go... Yeah. Jump, 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 jump. Whee! Whoa! Bugs. And then I think if I go up here and I take the 2 that are up here, I can then double back, and it's on the way back that I can run into the last ones. Goodbye. Oh, it's nice and easy. Saved her again. All right, 3 bucks remain. Oh, maybe I missed it the first time I went through. Alright. Because it looks like the bug's up here. Yeah, I just ran past him. Gee. Alright, now I just have to go back through. I always do that on that one. Whee! Gotcha. I got your tears. It's funny because when I did Wind Waker like this, I was able to beat the first entire dungeon. That's the #1 complaint people have with this game is, I'm making a good pace, moving through this game pretty quick. I've played it before, so I know a lot of the stuff. There were a couple times that I got a little lost, but I have been playing for 2 hours and I have not gotten to a dungeon. Which, for a lot of people who really value the dungeons in Zelda, was a little disappointing for them. Because they were like, oh, I want to do the dungeon. I want to go do a dungeon. And the dungeons in this game are great. But the fact that it takes so long to get to that first dungeon disappointed a lot of people. You know, again, I don't think it's a huge issue. I like the way this game approaches its plot and like leads into that first dungeon. Yeah, he's also like a scorpion, like a scorpion monkey squirrel. Goodbye. Yeah, I personally enjoy the way this game approaches its narrative. The fact that it starts a little slow, you have time to meet these characters that you're supposed to care about for the rest of the game, and get to know the town that you're from and stuff like. I think it's nice. I think it's quaint having a game that starts a couple days before the start of the plot. I think that's a really cool touch. I think that's like I think that's fine. Like to show you this is the world's normal, and then this is the world as it has become. But oops. I am going to save the game. I'm gonna continue playing for now. Just gonna leave it. Looking at a nice, pretty view. I think this is a good view to look at. Don't mind me putting this over here. Move it back. Ah, that's beautiful. Let's leave it like that. Since the like icons you can click on are gonna be on like the far side, kind of off that way. But yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. It lets you absorb the lore, and I think that's really cool. Yeah, exactly. Like, Skyward Sword really took the overworld as a dungeon concept to its furthest extent, but I think this game does play with that idea, you know, and uses it primarily in a narrative way rather than using it in a more dungeon-like way where you're puzzle solving. It's like the narrative unfolds as you're like exploring the overworld and stuff, and then you get this comfort level with everything, and then the game can throw you off and be like, now it's crazy, now it's plot time, and now you're a hero. Like, I think it's an underrated thing, because in every Zelda game we start at the point that we are now, basically. It's like, oh, you gotta go be a hero now. Go be a hero. I don't know, I think this is a good way to start a Zelda game. But I can understand why some people don't like it as much. But personally, I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good, actually. It's honestly, it's not that different than like how Wind Waker does it, but Wind Waker's is a lot faster to get into the plot. You spend less time in that comfort zone. But yeah, like, no, the game starts and you're comfortable, you're happy. the world is great. You're just a farmhand, like you're living your life, and then suddenly everything gets crazy. I don't know. I think this game approaches narratives in a way that like Zelda doesn't usually, and I think it's a really good approach. And I love that every Zelda game has a different level of concern for how the plot's approached, for how the dungeon designs are approached. Those are always so different, like between games. And I think that like Twilight Princess does a really good job at landing a strong narrative, at having a very distinct vibe. Like Zelda games do often have vibes, but I feel like this game, the vibe is unparalleled. Like it is so. This game's vibe, I would say, rivals like Majora's Mask in terms of the 3D Zelda games and the like overall vibe the world gives. Majora's Mask is phenomenal at it. I would say is probably the best at it, but this game does such a good job making this like atmospheric sort of like space where in the game it feels almost like the narrative is like palpable. Like it's every story beat impacts the world in such a major way. I think that's just like a really cool aspect of it. Like I love this game. For a while I think I would have said this was my favorite Zelda was Twilight Princess. It just does so many things so right. And even the things that it doesn't do as well, it does really well. Like I think it's one of those games where I can understand like some of the criticisms people do have, but it's so good. It's so good. Like I think Wind Waker has less valid criticisms than Twilight Princess. Like Wind Waker's main criticisms people have, for the original at least, are the art style and the Triforce Fetch Quest. They fixed the Triforce Fetch Quest in Wii U, and then the art style is mostly the same, but I can see people, like some people do feel like the bloom was too much, which fair. The bloom was a lot. But this game, the bloom is essential. Twilight Princess needs the bloom. The bloom effects in Twilight Princess are its art style. It's not even meant to be atmospheric. It's just like, it's not like they're trying to simulate atmospheric effects with the bloom. I don't know. It just looks like that. That's just how the game looks. And I think that's really cool. I mean, there's probably a level to which it is atmospherics, but I think it's such a cool and distinct art style. But yeah. Twilight Princess HD. Or Twilight Princess. GameCube, Wii, I don't care. Great game. A little bit... It's had a cycle where it was very hyped. It was like the pinnacle of 3D Zelda. And then it kind of took a downswing where some people started to be a little more down on it. I feel like we're at a point where the game is back to like neutral, leaning positive. There's not a ton of people who are like, oh, this is actually a bad Zelda game. I think that nostalgia for it has kind of brought it back up. But I don't know. I love this game. It's very good. If you look at my main save in this game, it says that I played it for 700 hours, and that's because if you're on the home screen pause menu, this game continues counting time. But it's so good. Yeah, I think it was to make Dusk and Dawn and like the like Twilight areas have more oomph. A little bit of atmospheric stuff, but it's so overblown that it becomes an art style rather than them trying to simulate the atmospheric effects. Like, even right now, there's a little bit of bloom around this water. It's water. Like, it is a magical spring, I guess, that is blessed by a spirit, but why is it glowing like that? That's just the game's art style. Yeah, it's a very good game. I could praise it for so many things, but I don't have the time. I will be back on Saturday with more Pokemon X randomized. And then hopefully next Wednesday I'm going to be doing another Games I Love stream. Still have to figure out which one, because I made a list of like the maximum possible number I was going to do, on the off chance that I'd like beaten Pokemon X before getting to February. So I have like a decent handful, and I know what I want the last one to be. No matter what, I know what the last one's going to be. That one's going to be on the Switch, which is why I wanted to get the Wii U ones out of the way. But I think the next one I'm going to do will probably be a PC one. I have not tried that. My GBA experience was mostly Pokemon and then Minish Cap. The Harry Potter Goblet of Fire game, the I Spy game on Game Boy Advance. I played that a ton. For a little while, I had like the Disney Tony Hawk inspired skating game. I did not enjoy that much. I was not good at it. The Incredibles game. I had the Incredibles game on GBA. I played that a ton. Yeah, other games on GBA. I think those were my main ones, honestly. Yeah. I never played by that, but that's awesome. That's awesome. I played... My family had the action game. I think maybe a little bit inspired, not fully, but like a little bit inspired maybe by like the Gauntlet games. My family had the Gauntlet game on Game Boy, or sorry, on GameCube as well. But we had like that, like we had the action multiplayer GameCube one, and then I got the Lord of the Rings: The Third Age RPG, and that's actually not a bad RPG. I never beat it, but it's not bad. Actually a good game. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be back Saturday, hopefully Wednesday. If all goes well. But I will not be back with more Twilight Princess anytime soon, unfortunately. There is demand for it. I might bring it on as like a random game to play here and there. Yeah. That's Twilight Princess, one of my favorite Zeldas. It's up there. It's very high. To be fair, a lot of them are up there because it's one of my favorite series from Nintendo, but I love me some Twilight Princess. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to do a PC game next stream. As I was saying, probably the last one before I wrap up. And the last wrap-up one is going to be on the Switch. It is not a Switch exclusive, but it will be on the Switch. So look forward to that. And, the last couple games I love for the month. And if I finish Pokemon X soon-ish, I might not. But if I do, And it happens. I have one Saturday left in February or something. I might do another games I love that Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit that in though. But yeah, so thank you so much if you joined me live or after the fact. Either way's cool with me as long as you had some fun. That said, I'm going to go do human things as humans do, and you probably should too. I don't want to spoil which Switch game I'm going to do. I've talked about it on the channel before, so some people who are, regulars might know I'm very passionate about this game. But I will announce that when it comes up. The PC games that I got though, I can hint at some stuff more obviously. So it looks like my PC options are primarily real-time strategy games, which is a lot of what I played as a kid. So if I do one of the PC games, expect it to be a real-time strategy game. I did have a first-person shooter game on here, but I played it recently just on a whim, and I remembered that it like shuffles everything on my screen and kind of gets in the way on that. So I might not do that one, but just because it's very old. But expect a real-time strategy game. I'm not going to be good at it. I'm not going to be efficient with it, but I do love them. But yeah, so thank you so much. I'm going to head out now. Everybody have a nice day, night, or whenever it is. I'm going to pop over here, and I'm going to hit the stop streaming button. I'll see y'all. Subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.